Hi, I'm Mike Thomas,
And I'm Wendy.
and we are thrilled to be joining you tonight from our camp. I'm also looking forward to later this evening to see the vigorous bidding for the fly fishing trip with Cal and Irving.
We certainly miss seeing all of you and hope you are making the best of it too.
We're so glad that you're joining us here this evening. This has been a challenging year for everyone, but your support and your partnership continues to be so very meaningful to all of us at John Muir Health. We're proud to be celebrating our healthcare heroes tonight and are so glad that you have gathered with us for the next hour.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy Camp JMH with us tonight.
Now live from your screen, welcome to the 7th annual Celebrate John Muir Health Gala event. Here's your MC and auctioneer for the night, stellar fundraiser, Greg Quiroga.
Thank you, Mike and Wendy. It is my pleasure to be joining you at camp this year. And it is great to see so many of you logging on to join us as well. Can you believe that this is our 7th annual gala event? And I know this event is a little bit different, and we appreciate you coming along with us on this virtual journey. I hope that you were well situated with a glass of something special paired with some delicious dishes, and for our sponsors who received those special coolers complete with a delicious meal from Taste Catering, we hope you are enjoying your camping feast. Heck, I hope you have your camp slippers on with your feet up and you're ready to enjoy the show. Now, usually we'd be at the Hoffman family hangar marveling at the incredible decor, like our very first year there in 2015. Who can forget our very first year at the Hoffman hangar in 2015? We really did raise the event to new heights that year. Our gala committee and event partners transformed the space into our own retro airport. I love the whole LAX vibe to the lounge area, and especially all the great places to go check departing flights and whatnot. And then we came back in 2016 to a completely different look as we were transported back to the 60s. It was an explosion of color and great music that helped us celebrate The Beat Goes On. And you can't see it, but I got Lori here. She's my props person handing stuff to me right now, so Lori's the magic gloves. Every year, I am blown away by how drastically different the Gala Committee transforms the hangar. It's remarkable. Like 2017, when we stepped back in time to the glitz and glam of old Hollywood. The amazing entrance into the dining room made me feel like I was attending a movie premiere. Who knew we were still in Concord? And then in 2018, we were transported out of this world in a completely spectacular way. It was a nationally award-winning event, and those spinning lights above the dining room sure had everyone spinning out on the dance floor too. And then finally, last year in 2019, we paid homage to one of America's classic movies, our Oz-inspired There's No Place Like John Muir Health. You're probably saying if you only had a brain at this point, Greg, right? It still rings true today. There's no place like John Muir Health. There is no place quite like this amazing healthcare system that continues to provide care for all of us. It has been fun to take a trip down memory lane, see how the hangar has been transformed year after year. We hope to be able to surprise you again with another transformation in 2021. In the meantime, let us know in the chat what gala has been your favorite over the years. Love to see what your opinions are. Heck, let us know all sorts of stuff in the chat. It's where we can really get one of the ways that we can get a good feel for what you're doing over there, because we really do miss seeing you in person. And even though we aren't in the room together, there are two other really specific ways that we can see you. 2 ways that you can participate in tonight's event. To be seen on our show tonight, post a photo on Facebook or Instagram with the hashtag CelebrateJMH. Again, CelebrateJMH. You need to act quickly. Get those photos posted by 7:15. You know, you got a little over 12, 13 minutes to do so to be in our post show, because we've got a crew here that is going to take those photos and get them into the end of the show, but they got to do it quickly, so get those in because we want to see how you are all celebrating the gala this year. The other way that we see you is through our giving and bidding platform. Tonight really is a two-screen experience. Hopefully you are watching this on the biggest screen in your campground. Screen number 2 is where you bid and make pledges. So get out a phone, get a tablet, steal the iPad back from the kids for a few minutes. Make sure you have logged in. First, you text Camp JMH to 76278. Again, text Camp JMH to 76278. Then you sign up, you sign in, you log in, and you can start making bids on your phone or on any one of the other tablets or devices we were talking about. The auction is open right now, and it is never too early to make a bid. Seriously, go. Start bidding now. Well, actually, you might want to wait until after our next speaker, because it is my honor to introduce our own guiding star, John Muir Health's President and CEO, Cal Knight.
Thank you, Greg, and thanks to all of you for joining us this evening. I'm Cal Knight, President and CEO of John Muir Health. I wish that we could see all of you in the Hoffman family's hangar tonight, which is always so festively decorated by our fantastic Gala committee. But like so many things this year, we're adapting to change. Regardless of the setting, we are so honored that you are joining us this year for our Gala event. And we feel privileged that you're with us to recognize our healthcare heroes and sheroes for their dedication, compassion, commitment during the COVID-19 pandemic. I am immensely proud of our COVID-19 response and the dedication, selflessness, teamwork, and coordination all across John Muir Health. As I talk with our clinicians and staff, I see tremendous resiliency, energy, and great optimism. I have repeatedly heard from our team, this is why John Muir Health is here. This is why we work here, and this is what we do. That can-do spirit and courage is why our patients come to John Muir Health and why they know they can receive the best possible care when they need it the most. It's not surprising to me at all that the John Muir Health team continues to rise to the occasion during this pandemic. I have never been more proud of our staff and clinicians than right now. We are continuing to meet the challenges of COVID while also safely meeting the many other healthcare needs of our patients and the community. As we all know, heart attacks, strokes, broken bones, and other injuries and illnesses don't stop because of COVID. To know that we have the community's support, your support, during the pandemic continually lifts our spirits. I would like to offer a very special thank you to our Gala sponsors. Your support and partnership means so much to all of us. We would like to take a moment to recognize our title sponsors, Michael and Mercedes Stead, and our park director sponsors, John Muir Medical Group and Medical Anesthesia Consultants, for their leadership gifts for this evening's event. Your generosity, especially during this challenging time, is so very meaningful. It makes a huge difference. I will close with a couple of reflections. Dr. Tayon, President and CEO of John Muir Medical Group, wrote back in March that pandemics are an ever-present part of human history, and that fate has chosen us at this time to manage this crisis. Let this be our finest hour. He's absolutely right. Because of the commitment of our clinicians and staff and the generosity of our community, all of you, this will continue to be our finest hour. Together, we will get through this pandemic. Tonight, we want to share with you what COVID-19 has been like for John Muir Health. We're proud to highlight the amazing care provided by our clinical teams and the incredible support of our administrative staff. So in just a minute, we'll take you inside our facilities during COVID-19. Before we begin the video, I would like to thank you again for your support and for being part of this virtual event with us this evening. And while it is unfortunate that we're not able to see everyone in person, outfitted in your best camping or glamping gear, we are thrilled that so many have joined us virtually tonight. Our amazing Gala committee, even under these challenging circumstances, has found engaging and fun ways for all of us to participate in the event tonight. For instance, Dr. Pike and I are especially excited to be offering our annual fishing trip again this year. Please continue to take care of yourselves and your families. Thank you again for being with us tonight.
We have been trained for disasters. We have been trained for pandemics. We've been trained to see any kind of emergency that comes our way. That's what we signed up to do.
We had heard about the COVID-19 virus in China. So we were aware that there was a potential disease that could be coming our way.
It's this invisible foe that you're trying to engage, but you have no idea exactly when it's going to strike, how it's going to strike, and what you can do to protect yourself.
So the first thing was to set up the command center, which served and continues to serve actually as an excellent vehicle for communication, collaboration, raising issues.
And we started to prepare for what we didn't know. And we all came together truly as a team to how are we, John Muir Health, as a system, going to make sure that we are prepared for whatever might be coming our way.
The crisis came upon us rather suddenly, but it didn't catch John Muir leadership completely off guard.
We learned that we had a lot to learn and that we needed to do things differently and that we needed to do things rapidly and we needed to be nimble in making decisions.
As I reflect back on the fear in the early days of this, my greatest fear, and I believe the greatest fear of the whole leadership team, was, will we have what we need to protect our frontline caregivers?
It's not only to protect us from contracting COVID, but it's also to protect our patients and our staff.
Heart attacks didn't stop during the pandemic. People in pain didn't stop during the pandemic. So we had to make sure that we were safe and able to take care of those patients as well.
In the urgent care center, they divided us into two separate wings so that we could continue seeing patients in the standard urgent care side. But then we had a separate wing that was labeled the respiratory urgent care center.
One of the examples that we learned about the use of very, very long IV tubing. So it didn't require a nurse to doff and don different PPE every time she or he had to go in and adjust the IV drips. They could do it from outside the room. Same thing can happen with the respiratory therapist. They can make adjustments in the ventilator from outside of the room. It's pretty ingenious.
I feel it's one of our proudest accomplishments is that we worked very, very hard to make sure that we had what we needed and were following the strictest guidelines to protect our teams.
The unsung heroes of this whole situation, of the coronavirus pandemic, are the lab workers, the radiology techs, all of the ancillary staff members. They have been extremely invaluable.
And the first people that I thought of were my triage nurse, my greeter, our security guard, as they were there dutifully every day, doing their job, accepting patients, even while we knew the risk was high.
Even to this day, when I go up onto these COVID units, these warriors are unbelievable. There is an energy, and there is a passion, and there is a commitment to these patients that is indescribable.
I truly believe that we did such a great job here at John Muir to prepare for a surge in cases, but I also feel all that preparation also helped prevent spread.
Because we had a common goal, we had a common mission, and that was to do what needed to be done to be able to provide care.
This is who we are. This is every single person who says, I am John Muir Health.
I never foresaw anything like the current coronavirus pandemic, but I'm extremely honored and privileged to be here, to be able to serve my community.
Commitment, dedication, innovation. John Muir Health has always been a leader in patient care, and the COVID-19 pandemic has served to show exactly that. This is what makes John Muir Health so special, and this is why we are here tonight. to support John Muir Health, their team, and the patients and families they serve as they continue this fight against the coronavirus. Will we have what we need to protect our frontline caregivers? It's a big question, and one you can help answer with a resounding yes. The way that you make your yes heard is by partnering with us to show your support, by making a donation in the Fund a Need or participating in our auction. You're not limited to one or the other. We hope that you're going to do both repeatedly. And in order to play, you will need to be registered on our Camp JMH website. If you haven't yet, register now. It is super easy. Text Camp JMH to 76278. You'll get started registering. There are a few steps that you have to take, like setting up your account and registering your credit card so you know that you can pay for the awesome lots that you buy and all that sort of good stuff. Get ahead of the game. Do that now. You don't want to miss out on any of our great auction items because you waited until the last minute to get signed up. One note. John Muir Health Foundation won't charge any cards tonight, so if you prefer to pay through an alternative way, just contact the foundation. But if you hit the Click to Pay Now button in the Pay tab on the Camp JMH website, guess what? You're going to pay now. You will be charged immediately. So again, if you need any help, we have our camp counselors waiting on the line for you. Feel free to give them a call. Real live humans are standing by at 925-947-4449. Again, it's the number listed on the screen next to me right now, 925-947-4449. Before we get into the real fun part of the philanthropy, though, I want to introduce Jane Williamson, Executive Vice President and President of Hospital Operations at John Muir Health, who has a very special message for you.
Thank you, Greg. I am honored to be here tonight with all of you. It's a little different speaking to you from my backyard and having a virtual glamping event, but I think we're pulling it off quite well. To echo what Cal said earlier, we are incredibly appreciative of your support and participation tonight. John Muir Health was built by our community and for our community. And because of your participation and your support, we are here and stronger than ever. In nearly 15 years at John Muir Health, I have been privileged to witness firsthand the incredible teamwork, dedication, compassion, and courage of our physicians, clinicians, and staff. All of these incredible qualities were critical in our pandemic response. Our people are the heart and soul of our organization, and John Muir Health would not be where it is today without those who came before us, who set such high standards, and those who are blazing the trail for us today. Our innovation, our teamwork, and our commitment to excellence are truly inspiring. And that is why I am so proud to work at John Muir Health. To all of our John Muir Health physicians, clinicians, staff, and volunteers tonight, we honor you. As I often say, and I'm sure everyone watching tonight will join me in saying, you all are our sheroes and heroes. Thank you for being part of John Muir Health. As you know, this year's event is to raise funds for our COVID-19 response and to make sure our care providers continue to have everything they need to be safe: personal protective equipment, critical supplies, and training in order to provide the very best care to the people we serve. Healthcare has been forever changed by the pandemic, but what has stayed consistent has been the dedication and commitment of our physicians, our clinicians, and staff. From those who care directly for our COVID patients to those who quarantined away from their families so they could come to work every day and provide vital and needed patient care, to those who are delivering care and services in all of our inpatient and outpatient departments, our physician offices, and our clinic sites, all throughout John Muir Health System. It is their individual and collective sacrifices that make caring for our community possible. I am humbled to work alongside this amazing group of individuals, and so very proud to call them my John Muir Health family. Please know that we stand ready to provide care for you and for all of you joining us tonight, your family members and our greater community, when it is needed most. On behalf of our highly skilled and highly trained physicians, our extraordinary nurses, clinical and support staff, and amazing volunteers at John Muir Health, it is our honor to serve you. And with that, I am privileged to share with you tonight another video, and it is entitled The Voices of John Muir Health. In just a moment, you will hear directly from our physicians, our clinicians, and staff about what it was like to work on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. I know you will find these stories moving and powerful. We are truly grateful for your support in joining us here tonight. Cheers to you.
Thank you, Jane. I love the glamping aesthetic you bring to the campground tonight, and all of us in the studio were totally taken with the flower arrangement that you put. Just has to be said, that flower arrangement of yours was fantastic. And yes, everyone watching, in just a moment, we are going to see the voices of John Muir Health. But before we do, I want each and every one of you watching on screen right now, take a deep breath with me. Think about where you were back in March at the beginning of this year when the pandemic was first hitting the Bay Area, making that last run to the grocery store, preparing to be sheltered in place for days, weeks. There was a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt all around us. Now, I want you to think about the healthcare heroes and sheroes of John Muir Health. When the rest of us were sheltering in place, they were running full force towards this healthcare emergency, as they do. They are the true heroes and sheroes in our community, and you have the opportunity to support them and honor them with a gift tonight. In just a few moments, you are going to have the opportunity to support their work simply by making pledges at a variety of levels. And if you've looked at our giving platform, you've seen them, but those levels include $10,000, $5,000, $2,500, $1,000, $500, and on down. We have a gift level available for each and every one of you watching right now. In fact, I guarantee that there is a level that matches your capacity with your commitment, because if you don't see a level that works for you, enter a custom amount. Everyone who makes a gift of $1,000 or more tonight in our Raise the Paddle has the opportunity to recognize a John Muir Health employee as your own healthcare hero. This means a lot to them. It means they will, for starters, know that you have chosen to honor them in this special way. And it means they will receive a special pin to wear on their name badge, recognizing them as a JMH healthcare hero. The foundation team will contact you in the next few days to get your hero's name to make sure they receive this special honor and recognition provided through your generosity. And if you're having a hard time picking a JMH healthcare hero or simply can't think of a name off the top of your head, foundation staff are here to help. So make sure you are registered and ready to participate. Our JMH healthcare heroes have already rushed into the fray. Now it is your turn. Your turn to make sure they have what they need to protect themselves and do their job. And right now, we'd like you to hear these voices of COVID-19.
At first, it was really hard to sleep at night. You know, there was just so much anxiety, so much unknown.
I never thought I would ever find myself where trying to serve humanity would be a life-staking endeavor.
I just try to treat all my patients like I'd want to be treated and or I'd want my family to be treated, and yeah, and I definitely cried a little bit.
I just try to keep to myself and just eat and go to sleep and do it again the next day.
Other than that, if we get coronavirus, fingers crossed, things turn out well. And if not, again, we're part of something greater than ourselves.
The first time in April when there was a major surge, I walked in through the halls of the intensive care unit. It was like a foreign land. It was like a movie. I walked into this ward, and every single person is wearing protective gear from head to toe. And room after room of these patients who are one sicker than the next.
That's one thing that has been a struggle for, I think, all of the caregivers, is just to try to maintain a good head on your shoulders during all this, because everyone has lives outside of the hospital.
It was hard to try to keep it at work and not bring it home. My 4-year-old, I had to send her to my parents for when it started. Like, for about a month and a half, I didn't see her. It really tested my faith.
As the name implies, intensive care unit is quite intense. On any regular day, without having this kind of catastrophe pandemonium going on.
And each case of coronavirus depends from patient to patient. And so all of the care that we're doing medically is term supportive. There's not a cure for it.
We had patients that were terrified, crying. You could see the look of being so scared in their faces and crying to you. And you have to let them know that they're gonna be okay and that's what we're here for.
I could just see the terror in his eyes. I could see his blue lips. I could see his work of breathing start to slow, meaning he was tiring out. And that's when it is like, you gotta do it quick, because they might just stop breathing and become apneic and code. And that's a scary situation.
No one was there with the mom when she passed away, other than us as staff members. I was in that room for over an hour calling various family members across the state so that they could all kind of say their goodbyes. That was really heartbreaking.
There's this anxiety and fear of the unknown and how sick these patients are. And, you know, it's really just a scary time. I'm a human being, I'm not a robot. I can't just go and do my job and leave. So yeah, really every day is a struggle. Every day is a challenge, and we just gotta rise above it.
And I just realized that I do have a passion for taking care of people that are in need, and just something that comes natural.
It's my job, but it's also my calling. It's one of the reasons of why I went into nursing.
That saying, you know, if you find something you love, you'll never work a day in your life, could not be truer for me.
We're all working intimately together and doing our best to get through this.
Behold the candle, how it gives its light. It weeps its life away drop by drop in order to give forth its flame of light. Just one person, that one flicker of light for that one patient, then I have done my job. And I couldn't be more appreciative of the community allowing me to do just that.
Right? I mean, talk about redefining what heroes means. Talk about sacrifices made on the personal level and going above and beyond to provide service for people in their biggest need, in their last moment of need. And now we're here together in this moment to provide for John Muir Health's need. This is it. This is the magic moment, the reason why we have all gathered here tonight to help John Muir Health, to support the true heroes of 2020, to support a healthcare system that cares. Every pledge you make is going to have a direct impact. Every pledge you make will enable John Muir Health to continue to provide innovative care safely. Every pledge you make is going to support the heroes and sheroes we just saw, and the myriad more who are working every day at the hospital to provide care. Gifts have been coming in. We have some very special gifts to announce up front to launch our appeal tonight. Steve and Deborah Gonzalez have been lead donors of our Fund a Need for years. Hey, Steve. Hey, Deborah. Good to see you both. Last year, they kicked off our appeal with a $500,000 gift. They are at it again this year, leading the way with a $500,000 pledge. Thank you, Steve and Deborah. It's truly exciting news. As always, we appreciate your unsurpassed generosity and support of John Muir Health. We hope those of you watching from home are inspired to give right now, because we, you, me, us, are going to raise another $500,000 tonight, right? Let's match up with what Steve and Deborah have done right here, right now. Let's raise another $500,000. I know we can do it. Gifts have already been coming in. We have already raised over $160,000 tonight. And as an added incentive, we have a $100,000 challenge grant from an anonymous donor, starts effective now. So let's kick off our appeal by getting that $100,000 match locked up right now. And let's see. And the pledges have been coming in. We have an anonymous donation of $5,000. We appreciate every pledge. Michael and Mercedes Stead pledge $100,000. Sharon Simpson, hey Sharon, in for $10,000. We have Susie and Dr. Chuck Hansen were in for $500. Susan and Guy Henshaw pledged $20,000. George Souter and Susan Biddle pledged $5,000. Ryan Kyle, we see your $100. We have an anonymous pledge of $10,000. Maureen and Cal Knight, of course, $10,000. Edward and Gerlinda Gonzalez pledge $5,000. Courtney Raphael pledge $500. Mary and Stephen Reed pledge $1,000. Andrew Seymour pledge $100. Keep those pledges coming. Keep those pledges coming. As we see Patricia Winters in for $500. Yes, keep those. Wendy and Mike Thomas pledge $10,000. Keep those pledges coming. We appreciate every single pledge. Matt Berdusis pledged $200. Christine Fafiti pledged $100. Paul Gray pledged $10,000. Tom Greeley pledged $1,000. Susan and Guy Henshaw pledged $20,000. Jeff Jaffe's in for $300. And we appreciate every pledge, because every pledge you make goes as Jean and Lisa Hoffman. We appreciate you. Thank you, as always, for your generous donations. Keep those pledges coming. Every pledge you make is going to support the work of our COVID-19 JMH healthcare heroes, providing frontline care workers with the supplies they need to do their job safely. And what does it take? What does it take to treat one COVID-19 patient? Jane Williamson, pledging from the Glamping Center of the Universe, $5,000. The Zochi family in for $25,000. What does it take to treat one COVID-19 patient? Johns Hopkins University, they conducted an evaluation to treat one COVID patient for 24 hours for a single day. Just one patient requires 170 pairs of gloves, 20 hospital gowns, and a minimum of 10 simple masks and 6 N95 masks. That's just the equipment. We're not even talking about the time it takes. As Jana Vojdani pledges $5,000. We have an anonymous gift of $1,000. Don't have to put your name to it, but we appreciate it. Beverly Jones in for $1,000. Lisa Lamp in for $1,000. We've hit Jenny and Tom Krause pledged $10,000. And we've got our first $100,000 of the night almost. We're so close. We need a few more thousand. Randy Pike in for $1,000. Roy Kaplan and Janet Saunders in for $500. Dr. and Mrs. Steven Schlossberg in for $1,000. George Seymour, we got you once, but hey, we can say it twice, in for $500. We're so close. Keep those pledges coming. We want to get to that challenge grant, get that first $100,000, get us really crocking over the top. Vivian Wing is at $1,000. And there it is. We've hit the challenge grant. There's $100,000 pushing us up to 378. And now, I know it seems like we're a long way off, but we're on the home stretch. We can get there. I believe in you and me and all of us doing this together. As Diane Casano pledges $100 and Mark Flower is in for $5,000. And we have another anonymous gift of $5,000. Steve and Sue George pledged $3,000. Keep those pledges coming. As another anonymous anonymous Patty Hagan pledges $1,000. Keep those pledges coming. Alice Hunter in for $1,000. Every $1,000 pledge, $1,000 or more, gives you the opportunity to name a JMH healthcare hero, provides them with a pin and recognition, but more than anything, it's the thought. It's the thought. As Diane and David Goldsmith pledged $25,000. Keep those pledges coming. Keep those pledges coming, because we're on the home stretch now. We're at over $400,000. If we can get just another 96,000, and there, we're at 416. Cindy Pockington is in for $250. Another anonymous donation of $100. Keep those pledges coming. You see the big list scrolling here of all the names that are coming in. We appreciate each and every one of you. We miss seeing you in person, but it's great to see you. Richard Sullivan pledging $1,000. Tom Dowd in for $10,000. Vivian Wing pledges $2,000. It's great to see you in person, and we miss you, but hey, you know, if there's going to be the next best thing, it's coming together like this and raising a bunch of money to support incredible staff and team, as Vala Burgess pledges $2,500. Tom Dowd, we saw your 10, we'll say it again. Nathan Bill Schmicker in for $25,000. Pam and John Good pledged $10,000. And now we're really on the home stretch. Diane and David Goldsmith, I believe we got you, but if we could say it again for $25,000. We have an anonymous $1,000. Keep those pledges coming. Keep those pledges coming, because we're really on the home stretch now. Now we just need another, $48,685, and we'll be at our $500,000 goal for the night as we get an anonymous $500 pledge. We appreciate your pledge. An anonymous $10,000 pledge. Keep those pledges coming. We appreciate every one of you. And now we're close. Now we're on the home stretch, because now we're within $18,000. Another anonymous $250 pledge. We appreciate each and every one of your pledges. Dennis Drew in for $5,000. Keep those pledges coming. Yes, everybody, keep those pledges coming. Every pledge of $1,000 or more. I'm an auctioneer. I'm going to repeat myself and say things you already know, because that's my job. Every pledge you make of $1,000 or more is going to support a JMH healthcare hero and give you the option. Donna Coit in for $10,000. We have another anonymous gift of $10,000. Keep those pledges coming, because now we are Bobby and John Wilson in for $10,000, because now we are getting close. We are ever so close to hitting our goal of $500,000 tonight. We knew it was a big goal, right? Everybody in the room, look at it like we knew it was a hold your breath and see if we get there kind of moment, but we are so close now. Now we are so close that we're going to keep pushing just a little further. As we get another anonymous $10,000 now, we are within $15,085. As Dennis Drew, we got you with your 5K. Yes, we say. Keep those pledges coming. I'll stop riffing. Sil and Patty Garaventa pledged $2,500. Keep those pledges coming. Another anonymous $1,000. Keep those pledges coming. We appreciate each and every one of you. And here's the thing. We're not going to close the appeal. No way. Like there are downsides of not being in the room together, and there are upsides of using a virtual in a space like this. As Marion B. Isles pledges $2,500. Now we're getting close. Another anonymous $500. We're inching ever so closer. And I believe wholeheartedly that we are going to hit that $500,000 by the end of the night. I believe it. And the nice thing, like we don't see each other in person, that's a bummer, but we do have the opportunity to continue to support the heroes of John Muir Health as long as we are on this program together. So here's the gift. Here's the pact I will make with you, because you've been doing amazing work. As always, we're going to move on with the program. We're so close. It pains me to move on, but we're going to move on with the program because we're within $8,000. As Richard Sullivan pledges $2,000, because I know that we're going to, Bobby and John Wilson, we see your $10,000. I know that we're going to have you're going to do it. You're going to push us over the edge. You're just taking a second, getting registered, taking your time, and here's the pact I'll make with you. You make pledges, and I will do my best to honor each and every donation we get while we're on our stream tonight, right? But before we move on, our fabulous Gala committee chairs Maureen Knight and Margie Murphy are standing by with a special message for all of you.
Margie, can you believe it? I am blown away, as always. The generosity of our community is just amazing. Thank you all so much for your incredible support of John Muir Health, especially this year during such a challenging time.
We couldn't have done it without the help of each and every one of you. We're so honored by your generous support. Remember, Maureen, 7 years ago when we started our first gala, did we ever dream that we'd be having a virtual event like this? But it shows the commitment that no matter where you are, we're one family for John Muir Hospital.
You're exactly right, Marge. In times like these, it's our family who gets us through. Thank you again for your support this evening. I'm in awe. And on behalf of the 2020 Gala Committee, thank you for being part of our John Muir family.
And now it's time to raise your paddles, your phones, and let's begin our silent and live auction.
That's right. So now back to you, Greg.
Thank you, Margie. Thank you, Maureen. I can't wait to see both you lovely ladies in person again. And Margie, yeah, sure, raise your paddle. Hell, raise your phone and call it a paddle. Do what you're going to do. But we're about to move into the auction, but some really exciting things happened in the minute that we were gone. So I just wanted to take a second to honor that. Tom de la Plaine pledged $10,000. And then Yana Vajdani pledged $5,000. And that put us over the top for our goal. Yes, tonight we're over 500,000, but that doesn't mean you should stop, right? We always set a goal where we think we can achieve it, but it all doesn't mean that the need for more does not exist. So if you are watching this as a recording, or even if you're watching right now and you've decided, like, you've been trying to make up your mind, make a pledge. It makes a difference. Every dollar you donate is valued and appreciated and put to amazing use. Right now, we're going to move on to our auction. Our auction tonight is brought to you by Tampico Terrace Care Center. Thank you, Tampico Terrace Care Center. Thank you to all of our auction donors. Thank you for your generous support in bringing our auction to all of our viewers tonight. All of you watching right now, just know that like everything else in 2020, our auction is going to be just a wee bit different. We've still got awesome auction lots. You still get to bid on said auction lots in real time against your fellow John Muir Health Foundation supporters. Only now you get to do it on your phone or your tablet or your computer. And we're going to sell some of the lots in groups, meaning that bidding will be ending on multiple packages at the same time. You're still just bidding to win one thing, but that one thing is going to be closing at the same time as two other things. So go to the Camp JMH website, click on the Items tab. We're going to be doing auction group number 1. Again, on the items page, select the category group 1. It will pull up our first 3 lots for you. Group 1 has Lot 101, the Getaway to St. Oars, Lot 102, Golf at the San Francisco Golf Club, and Lot 103, the Tudor Heritage Watch. Let's talk a little. What are those lots, Greg? Oh, I'm glad that you asked. Let's talk about those lots, and then we'll get to looking at the bidding. Lot 101, the Getaway to St. Oars. 2 people enjoy a getaway to one of the most beautiful coastlines in the world without the hassles of a plane flight or suffering the indignities of TSA. Thanks to Bev and Bill Jones. Make your way to Gala on the Mendocino coast, just 10 minutes north of Sea Ranch. You're going to spend 2 nights and 3 days in the Black Chanterelle Cottage at St. Oars. It's a copper-domed cottage nestled up against the surrounding redwood forests, loaded with amenities, has a fireplace, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the coastline. One night, enjoy dinner provided by the St. Oars restaurant. You have a round of golf for the 2 of you at Sea Ranch Golf Links, just 15 minutes down the road, and an extended escape that is going to feel like you are light years away from home. The bidding on this started at $800. And in Lot 102, golf at the San Francisco Golf Club. 3 people enjoy a round of golf on one of the most exclusive golf courses in California, the San Francisco Golf Club. A club member will be your host and guide, treat you to a round of golf complete with caddies and lunch. San Francisco Golf Club, originally designed by A.W. Tillinghast, revamped by Tom Doak, one of the top 20 courses in all of North America, one of the top 35 courses in the world, an impossible get. Heck, it's hard to even find the gate, let alone get through it. This will be a round of golf you will never forget on a course that you will long to return to. Bidding on this opened up at $1,000. And then the final lot of our first group, lot 103, the Tudor Heritage Watch. From Heller Jewelers, thank you Heller, comes this Tudor watch. Tudor, luxury timepiece company, branched off of Rolex back in 1926. The Black Bay that we have for you today is a diver's watch, but Tudor is no Johnny-come-lately to the dive watch scene. Tudor's Oyster Prince Submariner was a standard issue for the U.S. Navy back in 1964. The French Marine Nationale used the Submariners in 1977. This is a dive watch first, luxury timepiece second, waterproof to 200 meters, unscratchable domed sapphire crystal. This is the kind of watch James Bond watches are based on. Opening bid on this was at $2,500. And let's check in on the bidding on Group 1. Lot number 1, the getaway to Lot 101, the getaway to St. Oars. Laura Markstein kicks off at $800, and then Michelle Cleary came in at $950. Michelle Lopes came in at $1,100, and Markstein's back in. Laura's back in at $1,250. Brent Seymour is in at $1,400, and our current leader in the clubhouse, Brent Rivera, is bidding $1,550, looking for a next bid, if I'm doing the math right, of $1,700. $1,550 is looking for a bid of $1,700, and then golf at the San Francisco Golf Club. Opening bid on this. Oh, Brian Rivera, Tampico, loyal auction bidder. Thank you, Brian. We appreciate that. Opening bid on the golf started off at Laura again. Markstein kicked us off at $1,000. Then Brian Rivera bidding all over the place and at $1,150. Tay Kong and at $1,300. Tay Kong and at $1,400. I smell an auto bid. Christian Pass in at $1,550. Scott Heller in at $1,700. Christian Pass back in at $1,850. Scott Heller in at $2,000. Christian Pass, our leader in the clubhouse, at $2,000 right now, looking for a bid of Scott Heller back in at $2,150. Yes, it's a bidding war. We love those. Scott Heller currently in at $2,150, and then the Tudor Heritage Watch. This is a big one, right? This is a big one. And we know that Wendy Thomas is on, Mike's bidding on this one. Wendy Thomas is in at $2,500. Mike is the JMH EVP, opened the program. Mike and Wendy opened our program tonight, and you opened the bidding on the watch. We appreciate you. In at $2,500. And then Brent Seymour. Margaret's on the Gala committee. Thank you, Brent, for supporting Margaret and the auction. Brent Seymour's in at $2,750. And then, Wendy bids $3,000. And then Brent's back in at $3,250. Wendy's in at $3,500, and Brent Seymour, our leader in the clubhouse, at $3,750, looking for a bid of $4,000. Go one more, Wendy. Now bid $4. Come on, Wendy, bid $4. $3,750's bid, now looking for $4,000. So let's do a thing. Let's check in. We got a lot of things to look at, a lot of things to bounce back and forth on. Let's check in on the getaway to St. Oars. Brian Rivera is still hanging tough at $1,000. Oh no, Laura Markenstein came in at $1,700, and then Michelle Lopes is in at $1,850, looking for a next bid of $2,000, looking for $2,000. And then golf at the San Francisco Golf Club. Scott Heller was our last leader in the clubhouse at $2,150. Now we're looking for, Scott's still in at $2,150. And then finally, we'll check in on the Tudor watch. The Tudor watch is currently sitting at, the bidding got going on this. Brent Seymour, still our leader in the clubhouse at $3,750. So how do we do? How do we make this so that everybody has the same fair shot? And how do we make it so that we don't spend all night watching an auctioneer plead to an empty room to try to get bids? Well, we apply a little pressure, right? So right now, we've got Brent is still leader in the clubhouse. Let's just say everybody has a certain amount of time left to play and get your final bids in. So let's say there's 30 seconds left, and put a countdown timer up right below me and say, yes, there we go. Now you've got 30 seconds. So now you've got a pressure, right? This is the version of the auctioneer getting down to the last second, except the computer is remorseless and relentless and doesn't care. So if you don't get your bids in, the computer moves on without you, and you've got 15 seconds left to get your bids in. So whether you want the watch or the golf or the getaway or all three, you've got 10 seconds left. So yes, yes, no, maybe so, fair warning, or off we go. Last chance to get your bids in on Group 1. 101, 102, 103 are sold. Our first group of auction lots is sold, 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 sold. Woo! Exciting, right? Tons of fun, lots of action. Up next is an item so special, we'd never dream of grouping it with anything else. Our perennial auction favorite, Lot 104, Cal and Irving's Bucket List. Fly fishing with Cal Knight and Dr. Irving Pike. And once again, they're mixing it up. They love to fly fish. And like all fishermen, they've got a bucket list of places they'd like to go. So once again, you are going to help them cross a new place off their list. You could go to the Big Hole, Beaverhead, or Missouri River in Montana, or the Fall River in California. Wherever you go, you're going to enjoy 2 to 3 days, depending on which location you pick. You're going to enjoy 2 to 3 days of guided fly fishing, cuisine, accommodations, all experience levels welcome. All the fly fishing gear you need will be provided. It'll all be done with experienced local guides, and all with your two hosts, Cal and Dr. Pike. And the bidding on this opened up at $10,000. And since Cal was on screen and said, talked about the lot, we have had quite the bidding war on this, everybody. Steve and Deborah Gonzalez and Jason Raditz have been going at it. It's a bidding war that I wish I was calling, but I get to see it and react to it and think, oh my gosh, you have been doing amazing work. They've been going at it so hard that they've already pushed the bidding up to $50,000. You heard that right, $50,000. So generous that Cal called in and said, hey, you know what? Just sell 2 of them at $50,000. So Steve and Deborah, you win $50,000. Jason, Barry, the NorCal ambulance team, you win again, because this makes, Jason and crew, this is the 4th time you've purchased it, and Steve, this is at least the 3rd, maybe the 4th time you've purchased it as well. Boy, you all know a good time when you have it, right? Absolutely. But here's the thing. We know that it is a bit rude to pull the carpet out from anybody who showed up at our gala this evening with the intent of purchasing the fishing lot. So if you really wanted to go on the fishing trip and you were just going to wait until the last second to bid, we've got an opportunity for you right now. Because Cal and Dr. Pike said they'd do not just 1, not just 2, but they would add a 3rd fishing trip to this at $50,000. I mean, you got to pay the same as everybody else to play. So they made a 3rd trip. Allie just made it live. Look for lot 108 on the bidding platform. It is up, and it has a single button that says buy it now. Just buy. There's no bidding or anything else. It just says buy. And it's got a $50,000 price tag. So, you're not going to sneak any bargains out of here on us. So head on over there and get your fishing on, right? So this is your chance. Like Cal and Dr. Pike, we all know that they love to fish so much that they have, look, most of the guys that have done this multiple times. You know it is a good time. Here's what we're going to do. Because we're over here hitting refresh madly to see if anybody's bidding or buying this. We're going to leave this open with the rest of our items till 9 o'clock tonight. If there was somebody, I'm not going to name any names, who was bidding, maybe up to $25,000 on the auction lot that wound up going for $50, and you decide, hey, I want to jump in, we are here for you. Remember, as Michael Jordan said, you don't win 100% of the bids you don't take. Our final group of auction lots, it was a paraphrase, bear with me. Our final group of auction items this evening is group number 3, which includes Lot 105, the vacation at Lake Almanor, Lot 106, the Stellar Cellar, you know who I'm looking at, Robbie, and Lot 107, the stay at Mayakama. Let's start with Lot 105, the vacation at Lake Almanor. 6 people enjoy a week-long getaway in Dr. Tom Greeley and Cliff Fahey's marvelous vacation villa, Longshot Lodge. Make your way to Lake Almanor, tucked high in the Sierra Nevadas, just 90 minutes from Chico, to Tom and Cliff's 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom vacation home. And I, for one, would like to say how much I appreciate a vacation home where the bathrooms outnumber the bedrooms. Their house is located within the cozy confines of the Lake Almanor Country Club. Amenities abound, overlooking the lake and Mount Lassen. It has its own private dock on the lake. Tons to see and do, whether you go in summer or winter, right? All sorts, like sometimes too much to do. What do we do? What should we do when we get there? Well, your stay includes a day of play with Tom and Cliff. They will visit you for a day of fun. You could spend a day on the water in their boat if you go in the summertime, or in the wintertime, we'll spend a day in the snow on snowmobiles. Then, after you've had an amazing day and you're all puckered out, they will treat you to an impeccably prepared meal just for you and your guests, complete with cocktail and wine pairings. And then, look, they're good and gracious hosts, but they're not going to overstay their welcome when you're staying in their place. They're going to feed you, have fun with you, and then leave you. They're just there for the fun. Opening bid on this was at $3,000. Then Lot 106, the Stellar Cellar. A perennial auction favorite, once again, from the board of the John Muir Health Foundation and the Gala's committee members, comes this amazing collection of fine wines from all over the planet. Over 20 bottles in all. Way too many to list here, but some of the highlights include 2 magnums of 2016 Dumal Cabernet, a magnum of 2017 Dumal Fin Pinot, 2006 Harlan Estate Family Bond Matriarch Proprietary Red. You know Harlan never does anything anything less than impeccable. From Italy, 2015 Castello di Romatorio Brunello de Montalcino File de Sita. More vowels per bottle than any other wine in the world. 2015 Ciro Passente di Brunello de Montalcino Vecchi Vigne. You got a 2016 Rombauer Napa Valley Diamond Select Reserve Cab. Rombauer is a blue chip wine if ever there was one. 2017 Costa Brown Russian River Valley Pinot. Everybody remembers the year that Costa Brown won Wine of the Year from Wine Spectator. Their Pinot still impossible to get. And a whole other case of wine. Exactly enough wine to get you through the next week of shelter in place. You just need to bid and then go pick up your wine in person. The opening bid on this was at $1,500. And then our final lot of our auction tonight. Lot 107, the stay at Mayakama. Final lot of the night, chance for 4 people to escape to the serene Sonoma foothills of the Mayakama mountain range. Thanks to Margie Murphy. Thank you, Margie. Make your way to the Mayakama Golf Club. You're going to spend 2 nights, 3 midweek days in one of Mayakama's massive vacation villas. 2 main suites, each with their own bathroom, large living space, indoor and outdoor dining areas, includes gourmet breakfast both mornings, miles of hiking trails, incredibly serene setting. It's also situated right on a golf course. If you can find a way to talk you onto that one, you'll have a good time. Walking only, one of the best courses in Northern California. Not included, but hey, maybe you can find a member up there who'll take you in. Opening bid on this one was at $2,000. Our final group of the lot night. Let's start with the vacation at Lake Almanor. Opening bid was at $3,000. Patty Hagen started us off at $3,000. Patty Hagen, John Muir Health VP. Thank you, Patty. Is in at $3,000. And then Aliza Vojdani is in at $3,250. And then Patty back in at $3,500. Looking for $3,750. Aliza, if you're looking to jump back in, now is the time at $3,750. And then lot 106, the Stellar Cellar. You know who I'm looking for here, but it's Ryan Anderson, John Muir Health Foundation board physician. Ryan is in at $3,000 on the Stellar Cellar, and we're looking for people who also like wine to bid against Ryan. Currently in at $3,000. And can you scroll up just a little so we can see what the next bid would be if somebody was going to try and place a bid? $3,200. So you're in. Ryan's in at $3,000. Anybody that wants to bid against Ryan bid $3,200, and there, just like Jane did. Jane Williamson, who we heard from earlier this evening, is in at $3,200 because you know what goes with a beautiful glamping setup with a gorgeous set of flowers next to it? Wine. She's in at $3,200. And then the stay at Mayakama. Brent Seymour is in at $2,000 on the stay at Mayakama, looking for the next bid of $2,250. So Brent's in at $2,000, looking for $2,250. The vacation at Lake Almanor is currently sitting at $3,750 as Aliza came back in. Yes, at $3,750, looking to you, Patty, at $4. Go for, bid for, now for. $3,750 is bid now, looking for $4. Go for, bid for, now for. $3,750 is in, looking for $4,000 on the Lake Almanor vacation. And then the stellar seller is currently sitting at $3,400 there. Jane and Ryan have been going back and forth there. Ryan's currently in at $3,400. Looking back to you, Jane. No pressure, but maybe a little pressure at $3,006. $3,400 is bid now, looking for 36. Go 36, bid 36, and 36. Stay in the mix now, bid 36. Now stay in the mix now, bid 36. Now stay in the mix now, bid 36. Now stay in the mix now, bid 36. Yes, no, maybe so. You know what we do? This is where we check in on the stay at Mayakama, actually, is what we do. We check in on the stay at Mayakama one last time. Brent Seymour, currently the leader in the clubhouse at $2,000 on the stay at Mayakama. The bidding seems like it's a little bit slow, so let's start that countdown timer and say there's 30 seconds left on our final 3 lots of the night. Yes, 30 seconds left to get your bids in as Aliza is up to $4,000. Do I smell an auto bid? Yay, auto bid. Aliza is in at $4,000. Now looking for $4,250 on the vacation at Lake Almanor. Sorry, I should tell you which auction lot we're talking about since we got 3 of them running at the same time, right? We're down to the last 10 seconds. So yes, no, maybe so, fair warning, or off we go. Last chance to bid on our auction tonight, and it is, oh, I should have started this later. Sold, 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 sold. That concludes the auction this evening. Congratulations to all our winning bidders. The John Muir Health Foundation is going to be contacting you in the next few days to coordinate your lots. And really, congratulations to all of our bidders. We truly couldn't do it without you. You all have done incredible work, as always. This year's focus has been on COVID-19 response, but as Cal said at the top of our show, healthcare did not end when the pandemic began. New health challenges didn't stop because of COVID-19. People still had heart attacks. Accidents still happened. And people suffering in pain didn't stop just because we were dealing with a pandemic. As a healthcare leader, John Muir Health continued to be there to make sure they were able to provide the very best care for you and your family. John Muir Health remains committed to your future. And last year, at the Hoffman Hangar, you helped raise $3.3 million for John Muir Health's new comprehensive cancer center. It was an important night for John Muir Health and an important night for everyone in the community. It helped advance cancer care right here in our backyard. As we've said, cancer did not stop because of the pandemic, and neither did the John Muir Health team. They continued their mission of building this new integrated cancer center. With the momentum you created last year's event, the vision gets closer to becoming reality. And tonight, it gets even closer because I am happy to share with you, on behalf of John Muir Health, incredibly exciting news. We have received 5 leadership gifts. Leadership gifts of $1 million or more each in support of the new Comprehensive Cancer Center right here in Walnut Creek. Thank you to Linda and Jack Thompson. Thank you to Ken and Tamara Anderson. Thank you to Pat Baring. Thank you, Mercedes and Michael Stead. And thank you to Sherry and Raul Deju. Thank you for your generosity, your support of this important initiative. There really is no place like John Muir Health. And thank you watching on screen right now with us. You are an important part of the John Muir Health family. You make it possible for this invaluable community resource to exist and to provide the world-class patient care that makes John Muir Health so special in our community. Again, you make a difference. We thank you. It has been a pleasure to be your MC and auctioneer for the evening. Though I couldn't see you in person, look, I felt your presence tonight. I look forward to us being back in the room whenever that is, but tonight, coupled with our sponsorship commitments, you have done amazing work. You helped us raise over $1,850,000 in honor of your healthcare heroes at John Muir Health for their bravery and dedication during COVID-19. If you haven't had a chance to give or feel inspired to give more, the Give Smart page is going to remain open. If you are interested in making a gift to any area of John Muir Health, you can call the foundation, speak to one of our wonderful team members. Thank you again for taking this virtual journey with us and for your incredible support. When you go, wherever you go, promise that when you get there, you will use your powers for good. And with that, let's go back to Mike and Wendy for one final message.
Wow, what are you guys still doing here? Your generosity is so very meaningful to everyone who has worked so hard to provide the very best care for our community. Thank you for being part of the John Muir Health family.
We hope all of you enjoy the rest of your evening too.
We look forward to seeing you next year at the Hoffman Hangar on November 6th, 2021.
Hey, let's roast some marshmallows. Good night.
Good night.
Mm.